Hello, it's Film Frenzy, and do you know what movie came out last night? Star Wars The Last Jedi, the event film of 2017. So I'm here today to review it after seeing it last night. Let's get started with my first category, direction and visuals. So, direction and visuals is definitely The Last Jedi's strong suit. This film has some beautifully just shot like cinematography and stuff, like especially on the island. It was breathtaking. Some of the battle sequences are excellent, like the one with the royal guards. I'm not going to spoil it, but that's super just thrilling, and there's some great scenes in there with the lightsaber, just very visionary and stuff. Really awesome job there. There was the crate scene. Like, I love how just like the red just like comes up out of the ground. That's really just like cool looking shots they did there. And there's some cool looking animals they introduced. Like, overall, the direction is really solid. That's why I'll be giving, for direction and visuals, I'll be giving it a 4.5 out of 5. There's some just kind of like average Star Wars shots and stuff with like some of the ship battle sequences, but there's just such great scenes that like it really just does a superb job with this category. My second category is acting and character development. So, acting and character development is a real mixed bag for The Last Jedi, but overall, I'm going to go positive and say it's a 4 out of 5 in this category. So, here's the thing, the acting is very solid. There's some great acting, like all the new characters are cast very well. Although I never have loved Mark Hamill as Luke, he's still just the Luke character, he just does not fit as like that mentor persona. Like, he's not Obi-Wan, and honestly just didn't work for me. Then Carrie Fisher had this like weirdness about, like, I don't know, like, I don't mean to offend anybody, but I didn't love Leia in this movie. She was just kind of there and stuff, and I think it really hurt that there was no Han. But like, other than that, like, there was this main like three people, which are Luke, Rey, and Kylo Ren, played great by Adam Driver. But like, it was a great character dynamic, but it really like weakened it because I felt like Ryan Johnson wanted just an intimate movie between those three, but the studio wanted a lot of subplots with other characters, so they brought in Finn, who was like my favorite character in Force Awakens besides Han, but they gave him nothing to chew on in this film. They gave more for Poe, which I was really glad about. But since they just muddled down this really deep like core with all these subplots, it just kind of made the core not good and the subplots not good. Instead, we just had some like meh character development in there. Like, there's certainly some, like, Rey was really the one that changed a lot. Adam Driver, like, as Kylo Ren, he's like all over the place, which is kind of cool, but sometimes kind of weird and inconsistent. Overall, though, I think like they did a great job. I'm really glad they expanded Poe. Poe was super awesome. He's like the new Han. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 5. My final and most important category are plot, pacing, script, and theme, the story elements. So now I'm going to get into the real criticisms of Star Wars The Last Jedi. This is the most important category, and I'll be giving Last Jedi a mere 3 out of 5 in this category, which really weighs down the score. And here's why. First off, plot-wise, I really do love the ambition that Ryan Johnson was going for. It's definitely different than other Star Wars films, I must say. Like, Force Awakens played it safe, and honestly, it was really good because of that, but it wasn't as good as it could be. This had a lot of potential, but instead fell flat and was significantly worse than Force Awakens. Now making me want to say maybe Lucasfilm or Disney, go back to making safe films. Then the plot, it was just kind of like, I feel like the pacing was just terrible in this movie. Whoever edited it, like, I know it's really the studio doing stuff, but like the editing was just trash. There was weird transitions between scenes that were just very like stark and just like did not work. Then there was like overlong. Like, for this amount movie, it should have been like really good and had a lot more to do, like Civil War was. But instead, like, there was not that much that happened. This could have been a 2-hour movie. And that was largely due to that big space battle that took like an hour. That first scene, that opening scene was awesome, but then after that, it just lags. And frankly, the Star Wars film, it got boring. Like, that doesn't happen with Star Wars. So that's a problem right there. And then like the pacing, it just kind of like went a little bit like just like awkward. Like, I don't like, sometimes I just question like why they went back to the island or why they went here. Like, it just didn't work. I felt like they spent entire time just like lagging and like trying to draw out these like thin plot lines and make them way more than they actually were. And then script wise, there's some amazing conversations. Benicio del Toro has this really good conversation with Finn and Rose. but then there's also like some really stupid conversations, and like just like I feel like they insert jokes in there just because like it's this clash between, like I said before, between Rian Johnson and the studio's vision. Rian Johnson would have had this great, just like dramatic and really like intellectual Star Wars film, but the studio wanted to just make it a little bit more safe. So instead of just going full safe like Force Awakens was, or going just like really just all out there like, well, no Star Wars film has done before, it's just this awkward mix. And frankly, like it doesn't work. So it just back and forth. Like you have these great dramatic moments that are just interrupted with these lines, like they're really humorous, but they're not fitting. Like some of the humor wasn't even that good, honestly. Like it was just kind of goofy humor for like a really smart and deep movie. So like it had some great themes about being like a hero and like what it means, and just like not sacrificing yourself just to be a hero, but like being a leader, and like the importance of life and war, and like lightness and darkness. But they got muddled through thin plot lines, convolutedness, some just very underwhelming moments, like tons of underwhelming moments. I'm sorry I'm going on a rant here, but I had such anticipation, just so much, like I was so excited before the movie. And as you can see, I'm in a Batman shirt. If I loved the movie, I would have probably come in another Star Wars shirt today, but no Star Wars shirt here. Just a much better movie with Batman. So, big problems. Now I'm going to reveal the final score, a 3.25 out of 5. So you're probably thinking, whoa, that's way closer to this last category than the other two. And that's because this last category is way more important. It had great direction and visuals. It had some solid acting and character development. But that doesn't matter much when you have like just such a mess of a movie. I'm sorry, but like there's a reason, like the critics, I'm not sure why they love it so much, but if you look at the audience score on Rotten Tomatoes, it's pretty low, and that's because it's a divisive film. And I think it could have been the best Star Wars film. That's right, the best. But instead, it's not even in the top 5. Go check out my ranking. I just posted on my channel to see where it ranks. It's going to be a super controversial list. I already know that. But thank you for watching this review. I know it got a little long. I got a little bit ranty, but thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more film content. Stay tuned for more movie content as I cover the award season coming soon. See you guys later from Film Frenzy. Bye.